We're on chapter 5, section 3. We're talking about similar figures. Now I took a picture of your book and then I just added some color to it. So right here you have this in your book on page 115. You've got this little triangle and we've got to draw a similar triangle that's bigger. But it has to be similar. So we have to be careful about what measurements we use. Am I saying triangle?
Yeah.
Oh, what am I supposed to be saying, guys?
Rectangle.
Rectangle, thanks. Okay, what I want you to do first, alright, what you want to do first on this is you've got to figure out how long the bottom of this rectangle is. Can I tell you something? I've heard that the bottom of this rectangle, Harrison, I've heard that it is 3, but I've also heard it's 4. It can be both. Which one is it? Count it out.
3.
I agree. Where do you think they were getting the 4 from? The 4, they're counting 1, 2, 3, they're counting the points. But if we're just counting length, this is one part of a box, second part of the box, length 3. Do you see that? Yeah, right in your books. Thanks, Brandon. Okay, next part. Let's do the same thing for the rectangle that they started for us. For the similar rectangle, count out the bottom piece. Be very careful. You're counting distance. So count out each piece. Don't say it out loud. Let people count it. Make them work for it. Thank you, though. We changed to blue. It's our blue rectangle. Whisper to a neighbor. Tell them what it is. 6. I heard you. You said 6. Yeah? Okay. Harrison, how are you guys ready? So think about this. How do you go from 3 to 6? Keep that in mind. Okay, now let's do this part. Count out this part of the red rectangle. Don't say it out loud. Let people have a chance. Okay, are you ready? I want you to tell the ceiling.
6.
I love it. It's 6. Yes, I agree. Okay, wait. Go back to this. If it was 3 and it became 6, now it was 6, it's going to become 3. Stop. Let's try this again. I'm going to write it over here. So we have been working on this. We're going to compare 3 to 6, right? Bottom of the rectangle to bottom of the rectangle looks like this. This is like our assignment today. So 3 over 6 is going to equal this one, right? Back to the red rectangle. 6 over, we don't know. Hey, stop! Before you shout out crazy things, you can solve this in your head or with a calculator, or hopefully you can figure it out. Okay, think about it first. Don't give away the answer. Now I want you to tell the clock. Tell the clock, what's your answer?
12!
Yes, good.
12.
It's 12. It gets bigger. So from this corner vertex, you've got to count up 12 spots. 1, 2, do it. 1, 2. Do it on your workbook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! And then connect your entire rectangle. Put it all together. Yes, Simon.
When it's like 6 Earths, would it be, shouldn't the 6 be on top of the 3?
It could be. You'll still get the same answer. He asked if you could do 6 over 3 equals x over 6. You'll get the same thing. That's a great comment. Okay, if we look at our directions, it says this word right here. Vertices. What's that word, guys?
Vertices.
What is it?
Vertices.
Guys, make 2 fists. They're just asking for the top 2 corners. If we remember and we go back to how we graph points, can anybody raise your hand and tell me where is this point? Look at your graph. Raise your hand. Tell me where is it? Do you know where it is? The top, let's do top right point first. D, where's that top right point? 6, 5. So over 6, up 5?
No, 5, 6.
Oh, 5, 6. So over 5 and then up 6. D, thanks. Way to catch that. Okay, now let's do top left corner. Lena, where's the top left vertex? Are you sure? Let's help you. We start here. We got to go back how far?
1.
Back 1. So back 1, that's just a negative 1. And then up how far?
6.
Yeah, you got it. Good work. How many of you? I agree with Lena. She totally got it right. How many of you, do you understand how we went from little guy to big guy? Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, let's do some more examples. Make sure you're paying attention and not horse around with your neighbors, yeah? Okay, here we go. Next one. Okay, this one. What if we don't have rectangles anymore? Triangles. Okay, this is assignment tonight, so pay attention and let me know if you get lost. You've got to compare side to side. So I don't know about you, but I always drew on my stuff. Yes, I sometimes got in trouble by my teacher. Remember? So this, I'd highlight it. So that's 6. 6 compares to what?
9.
Yes, it does. 6 to 9 is going to equal, come back to this one, back to this one. Yeah, 8 to what?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, this is not in your workbook, but you can use your calculators. Solve it. Okay, so we got a final answer, 12. Again, this is very similar to today's assignment. You got to make sure you're using stuff in the right spot. Okay, let's do another one. Oh wait, this one. Again, this is not in your workbook. Now, let's stop and talk about shapes. I want a hand in the air. Those two shapes at the bottom, yes, they're similar, but does anybody know an appropriate name for that shape? They're the same shape. You've got to be careful. We've been tricked all day long. All right, Tyler, what do you think? Rhombus. Everybody ready? Yesterday we talked about rhombuses. Rhombuses are something that got sat on by an elephant.
Oh, yeah.
It's a square. So that one, Tyler, I'd say rhombus is not the best description because it has to have equal sides. And that one doesn't have equal sides. All 4 equal. Let's try again. Jacob, what do you think?
I think those are
Guys, what did he just say?
quadrilaterals.
Clap for Jacob.
And they have
Clap for Jacob. Yes! Hold up 4 fingers and wiggle them. Hold up 4 fingers and wiggle them. Jacob gave a very safe answer because quadrilateral, that stands for a shape with 4 sides. Straight sides, it's closed. There's a better one. Can I give you a hint? Or Bridger, do you want to go for it? Okay, you ready for the hint? Yes, it's a quadrilateral. Let me give you a hint. I'll walk you through the hint. This top to this bottom, are they parallel?
Yes.
No way. What about this side to this side?
Yes.
I agree with Brandon. I think this is parallel to this. Okay, let's go to the bottom one. Bottom. Is top parallel to bottom?
No.
What about side to
Yes.
side? Okay. There's a shape that only has 1 pair of parallel sides. Do you want one more hint?
No. Yes. It starts with the
Oh. Bridger, what do you think?
I think it's a trapezoid.
Tell me what Bridger said, guys.
Trapezoid.
Trapezoid would be a fantastic description of this shape. Is that what you girls were going to say? Trapezoid. Okay, here we go. Look at the board. Eyeballs up. Amazing body language. I'm totally paying attention. We've got perimeters. The ratio is 12 to 5. We did this yesterday. So 12 to 5 sets up like this. Okay, stop and just look at this ratio. This ratio, is it big to little or little to big? Big to little. So from this, we've got to do the same, big to little. So which number are we going to use first, number or variable, because we have to go big to little? Top one goes what, though? What goes in the top? 15, because it's from the bigger shape. Big to little. Big to little, big to little. Yes, grab your calculators. Grab your calculators, grab your calculators.
75.
Don't give it away, let people work for it. Dean, what'd you get?
6.25.
6.25. I see letter C. Fill it in. Thumbs up for Dean if you agree. Did you get the same thing? Okay, let's do another one. Calculator Sam. Okay, this one, guess what? It's the exact same problem without ABCD choices, different numbers. We're still looking at parameters. They give us the ratio as 3 to 4. So 3 to 4 is going to equal something over something, and talk yourself through it. 3 to 4, little to big or big to little?
Little to big.
Little to big. Which one of these two is the little one? Little to big. Does that make sense, Trey? Okay. Little to big, little to big. Calculators released. Grab them. Don't give away the answer. Caitlin, what is it? 9? How many of you got the same thing? Yes. Okay, let's do another one. Guys, calculators down and watch how cool this is. This gets used all the time in real life applications. People who build bridges, people who see a statue and they want to know how long it is. This works for anything as long as you have this. and you know how tall you are, you can figure out how tall anything is. It's amazing. All right, so here we go. This is, again, exactly like your assignment. You've got to make sure you match it up so carefully. So eyeballs up here. Don't blink. Pencils down. Calculators down. Here we go. How long is this tree shadow?
15.
Okay, how long is this guy's shadow?
3.
See how I got them both from the bottom? So let's put 15 over 3. Big to little. I like that. So come back to this one. So it's got to be the height of the tree compared to the height of the guy. It matters.
H over 6.
Okay, there you go. H over 6, like, whoa, like she said. Big to little. Okay, whisper to a neighbor. Try it again if you said 7.5. That tree is a lot bigger than the 6 foot man. Oh, try it. Tell me, what is it?
30.
So how tall is that tree?
30.
30 feet. Cool, right? Okay. You really, really trust me can do that. Yep. You gotta just have the shadows, so make sure there's sunshine. Yeah. Okay, last problem. Again, calculators down, pencils down. Question, Josephine? Okay, Josephine's question, go over stations. Okay, big to little. Josephine, if that comparison doesn't make sense to you, you can think of it like this. We did this bottom piece to that bottom piece. So you gotta make sure you're matching it the same from each triangle, corresponding sides, and then corresponding sides. Yeah? Let me know if you get stuck with the setup. I think you'll be okay. Okay, the Maven's pool from yesterday's story. Okay, so we've got this pool and this volleyball court. They're similar. So I'm going to teach this to you using yesterday's stuff because you guys are pretty dang good at it. Yesterday's stuff, we talked about sides first, and then we did perimeter, and then we did area. So just looking at these sides, let's see, let's go area to volleyball court. Just do the side stuff. Can anybody raise your hand and tell me what's the ratio of the sides of the pool to the volleyball court? Skylar, what do you think?
18 to 10.
Nod your heads. Yes, it's 18 to 10. Good job. So there's the sides, ratio of the sides. Now I want another hand in there. We went from the sides yesterday and we did something and we figured out the perimeter. Do you remember what to do to go to the perimeter? Trey, do you remember what to do? Trey, perfect. Divided by 2. So perimeter is 9 to 5. Okay, and then we took that and we went to area. This was on the warm-up today. How do we go to the area? Jimmy, what do we do?
You have to take each to the second power.
Perfect. She said take them each to the second power, times them by themselves. Guys, help me. 9 times 9 is?
81.
5 times 5 is?
45.
Okay, we're going to use this for our setup. Because it said right here, it talks about the areas, ratio of the areas. Okay, Josephine, let me know if I lose you, because this was your question. So I look at this. Maddie, still with us? 81 to 25, just looking at those numbers, is that big to little or a little to big?
Big to little.
Okay, that's totally big to little. And what I mean by that, Josephine, is 81 is bigger than 25. So it's big to little. It just kind of helps me with the setup. So then I come to my pictures. Which one is the bigger picture, guys? The pool is huge, right? Okay, well look, they gave you the area of the the volleyball court. So you just gotta think, where does this one go? Does it go on the top or the bottom if we went big to little?
Bottom. Top.
It goes on the bottom, let me tell you why, Dan. It goes on the bottom because the pool is bigger. This would be big to little. Even though 200 is a big number, this one is still gonna be way bigger. Because the pool's there.
I say it's about 400. That's just my guess.
We're going to figure out the area of the pool right now, Trey. That's the whole point. So here's your setup. Here's how you figure it out, Trey. So you've got this red setup. Grab your calculators. It'll do it for you. So fantastic, right? You already have it? Okay, hold on. It's big, right?
My guess is 300 to
Okay, whisper to your neighbors. What'd you get? Whisper to me. What'd you get?
648.
We maybe need to practice on your whispers. Okay, that's big. Big